And good afternoon. It is still July 14th. No, it's not. It's June 14th. And I am heading home now from downtown. After my visit to the optometrist and some work, that's Blessed Sacrament Church there. Just leaving the Hotel Saskatchewan. I'm going to try not to walk in front of traffic like I did on the way down. I'm still embarrassed by that. I'm halfway tempted to pull that video. It was so stupid. Misreading the intersection and stepping out of the cars just as it turned green. I thought, I don't know, somehow I thought that I was stepping out and I had plenty of time to cross, but I misread the lights. And so there I was getting honked at. But at least nobody ran me over, which was nice of them. But I won't pull it down. What is life but one long series of mistakes? Quite breezy. I'm going to walk down through the park a little bit, the Wascana pool, which I walked by before just to kind of show the new water slide and everything is open, so we'll take a turn by that on the way home. Won't stretch it out too much, but a little bit. So I'm going down Scarth Street here. Much warmer than when I came out before. It was only less, it's not hot, but it's warmer for sure. There's supposed to be some thunderstorms today potentially, but I don't see any sign of it right now. I definitely need new shoes. I think I mentioned that I've got a hole in my shoe and I can feel it now. I was feeling it like feeling the ground under my toe instead of the sole of the shoe, because that's where the hole is. So I think these are worn out officially. I do have an older pair I could switch to, but they have a hole in them too. So clearly it's time to go shoe shopping. I might even do that this weekend. I'll be on my own because my wife and daughter are away. So unfortunately, not here for Father's Day. Friday night I'll be at the Rough Riders football game. Home opener for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. I'm going to walk up there, so I might even make that my walk. Oh no, actually, because I'm going to do a longer walk earlier today. Still, I might live stream my walk up there. I don't think they'd want me to walk through the concourse with all the crowds live streaming, or live stream the football game. Well, with not having broadcast rights. But I might do that, or I might not, because I will have taken at least one long walk, and maybe two, because I'm taking the car into the shop that morning. One of our cars, making weird noises in the rear end. It's the car my daughter will be driving now that she's home for the next year, so got to make sure it's in good shape. We were at her convocation at the University of Toronto just 10 days ago, 11 days, week and a half ago. It was on Friday the 2nd. So that was very nice. Convocation Hall is a beautiful facility, University of Toronto. It was extremely hot that day, so it was certainly hot taking pictures outside. But very nice. Bachelor of Kinesiology. And she's taking a year off from schooling to apply for graduate school and prepare for the next step. I don't know where she'll end up. She has some hopes, but possibly even in England, but we'll see. In the meantime, she'll be making some money. She needs a master's degree and then also more schooling after that to become a physiotherapist. So not done schooling yet. I wouldn't mind going back to school, I sometimes think, but I'm probably fooling myself about that. I toyed with the idea once of going back and getting a second degree, but I was in my 20s then, so I haven't done it in 40 years. I don't think I'll do it now. I don't think I could stand university life, being a mature student or whatever they call them. I have no use for a master's degree. I could probably get like a Master of Fine Arts, but So what? I don't need one. 20-some novels and more than twice that many nonfiction books. I think I've shown that I can write. I'm not sure what an MFA would do for me, unless I wanted to teach, I guess. But I've even done some of that. So it would be pure ego boosting. Is all I would be doing. Doesn't seem a good enough reason. Nor do I have time. I'm too busy doing things to go to university. This is the Prince Charles. They haven't renamed it the King Charles. They could have. They haven't. This apartment building. Over here is where Central Collegiate used to be. High schools in the city. Torn down a long time ago. These condos were built, and we have a condo in this building where we lived when we were first married. Right now, it's kind of the east wing of our house. We keep it, and it's still fully furnished and everything, and we use it a little bit, but mostly I use it to store books in. That's where most of my books are. And my wife works there sometimes when she's working from home, so to speak. And we got great use during the pandemic. It's also our guest quarters if we have guests. So we do use it. I like this old house, but it's not a house anymore unless it's turned back into a house, but it was at least an office. I assume it still is. Not that it has a sign on it anymore, so I'm not really sure what's in there right now. This was the first of this condo complex built. This was built in 95. That one was built in 97. And the third one over there, filling out the block, was built in 2000. This was a very nice home at one point. Now it's a lawyer's office. We're going to cross here, take a turn, maybe even through the conservatory building. See, I can walk out in front of traffic here because this is a crosswalk. But you still want to take a look and make sure that they're stopping for you. So this is the college building, the original home of the what was Regina College and then became the college campus, Regina campus of the University of Saskatchewan, and eventually part of the University of Regina. The University of Regina was formed in the 70s. Recently completely refurbished. It's also home to the Conservatory of Performing Arts. I was just in here in Dark Hall, which we'll go by in a minute, on, when was that? Last night? Yeah, last night, for the Conservatory Awards. My wife's family, her grandfather donated a number of awards. So we were at that. There's all the stuff that's in here these days. This is Dark Hall up here, which once upon a time was the main performance space in the city, and having been refurbished, it's getting a lot more use again now. Very nice inside. Somebody said hi. Yeah, I'm trying to read it. It's a little bright. Beloved. Hello, beloved. Beloved John. Let me think. Shall we go down the back? No, I think we'll go down the front. So this is Dark Hall here. We'll go down, and this has been finished. This is a bit of landscaping in here. You can see over here, the old part is just a facade at this wing, and then they built this brand new wing. But portions of the building are still the original 1910s, I think is when it was built. Dark Hall was built about the same time as our house in the 20s. It now has a new lobby space right here, which joins it to the new Connexus Arts building there. Connexus Credit Union, I should say, sorry. And We'll go down here. So you now have a ground level entrance plus elevators, so that makes it much more accessible than it ever was in the old days. Oh look, there I am. And this is a credit union building. It's always fun to walk along here, even though I may be being stared at by people inside because of the reflections. So you get this kind of reflective mirroring of the landscape that's kind of cool, I think. Kind of a cool effect. So you get a car with two front ends there because of the reflection. School board, that may be going to the pool up here. My daughter used to go swimming here when she was in school. All right, let's go see how the pool looks now that it's in operation. There's probably people swimming there. This is the other side of the Connexus Credit Union building. I'll bet you those buses are going to the swimming pool. I don't know why else they'd be down here. So there's probably a bunch of kids swimming right now. They opened it just a little while ago, and they were open for 5 hours, and some idiot set off a pepper spray or bear spray. They had to close down. But anyway, back in operation now. I hear squealing, so that's a sure sign of swimming. The old pool was very basic, but the new one has a big water slide. See it over there? Much nicer facility. Last time I walked by, they were just surfacing this little parking lot here. Feel spray from somewhere. I'm not sure where that's coming from. If we go over here, we'll see it. New Wascana pools. Look like, from the way some of them. There you go. And there's the water slides over there. We'll go around this way and walk by them in the park over here. The other side of the Angus Crescent building, they're called the back of the Regina college building. There's people getting in and out of cars here. I think I missed another comment there, but I'll have to wait till I'm in a bit more shade before I can read it. Clearly, that's the buses are picking up kids here from the pool. Oh, that's where the water's coming from. Sprinklers on this side. I thought it was coming from the pool, but it's from the sprinklers. Looks like I'm about to walk through a bunch of kids up here, which is not ideal, but they're all waiting to get on their buses, I would think. Change rooms and everything are in there. Yes, this is the main entrance here. I would normally go that way, but I don't want to walk through all the kids, so we'll take a turn through the grass here. This will eventually be a walkway, but it's clearly being worked on. I haven't seen the lake for a while. This will take me down by the lake for a little bit on the way home. If I can, I'll move back up here and get another look at the pool from this side. the legislative building dead ahead. Let's see, can I read that note? From Kirk. Oh, hi, in Vancouver. Yes, hello, a regular. Although I've been a regular for a while. Kids everywhere. Clearly a lot of school groups here swimming today. I haven't really seen how the fence plays out over on this side. There's some kids probably walking back to their school, I would imagine. More kids over there. Oh, there's a spray park there on this side. I hadn't noticed that before. So I assume that's a spray park. Maybe it's just a playground. So you got a playground, swimming pool, spray park. Definitely some spray park elements there. It's all very nice, and they quite an improvement from what was there before. They've been working on it for a long time, so we'll go down here, leave the crowds, go back to the lake shore. Should be able to go under the bridge. Last time I came down here, it was flooded from post-winter melting. It's like the lake is fairly ruffled from the wind. Quite ruffled. Here's the Saskatchewan Legislative Building. Why, it's practically surf here against the wall. It's been rougher than that. With a high wind blowing, you can get whitecaps on the water. I don't see that today, but that fountain is for aeration purposes. It keeps oxygen in the water for the fishies. I'm going to run into the kids again. Wasn't my goal. There they are. I'm going to be walking with the school group here in a minute. I'll be by them here in a second. And I passed. I think my legs are longer than theirs, so I'm able to stay ahead of them. See some ducks bobbing around out there. That is fairly rough by Wascana Lake standards. It's just a small landlocked lake, but not that much wind, so it can be even that, the higher wind. It's often very still, though. A good day for sailing. You do see sailboats on the lake sometimes, but not today. I haven't actually walked around the lake now for weeks. It just didn't work out. And I normally do that on Fridays, but there's a weird fence there. Not sure what that's all about. I won't be doing it again even this Friday because I'll be I think that's blocked off this way. Maybe I can't go under the bridge. I won't be walking around the lake this Friday because that's the day I'm taking the car in, which means I'll be walking home from down south end of Albert Street on Friday. Somebody commented recently that they were moving to Regina and had a job down around Albert and Gordon's. Well, that's where I'll be on Friday. Well, this will take us through Speaker's Corner. We'll see. Not sure what all that fencing is about. Speaker's Corner here, which has some lamps that used to be in Hyde Park, where the real or original Speaker's Corner is. This is Albert Street in front of us. If it's open, I will go down here and go under the bridge. Looks open. I have no idea what flag that is. Flying at the moment. What it represents. It's red, white, and blue, but a lot of flags are red, white, and blue. There go the kids over there. We're going to go under here. Assuming it's open. Certainly shouldn't be flooded at the moment, even though we had a lot of rain while we were gone. It's not the same as when the snow melts. This was quite deep in snow at some point. I don't know who puts those black lights in. I don't think they're official. We've got graffiti. This was all done with artwork, and now the graffiti is slowly smothering the artwork because the people who do graffiti are scum. That's why. And if you do graffiti, you're scum. There you go. I said it. I believe it. Vandals. It's not an art form. It's vandalism. At least around here it is. Actually, you know the people who live in this house, I realized recently. I still haven't been in, but I do know who lives here. I was talking with them at some event or other. I'd still like to see inside the house. They see me walking by, they said. They never invited me in. He's doing surveying of some sort, looked like. Short distance home now. It's nice to see the flowers blooming. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, bring promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily laugh and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the promise they bring, tra-la, the summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Thank you. Thank you very much. A little Gilbert and Sullivan for you there. The next line is, the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I don't remember anything after that. I know a little Gilbert and Sullivan, and I've been in some Gilbert and Sullivan performances. I used to know more than I do, but it's been a while since I did it. Oh, I think there was another comment. Trying to read it. It's a little easier with my glasses on, which I'm wearing right now. I can adjust them. I need a darker background. Costas, hello from Athens. Hello, Athens. I've been to Athens a long time ago now. 87, I think, I was in Athens. I'm sure it has not changed a bit in 35 years, 36 years. La, 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 la. I mean, it was great seeing the Parthenon and all that, but one of the interesting things that happened on that trip was we were at the hotel we were at, which was very cheap at the time. I doubt you can still stay at a hotel in Athens for $17 US a night, which is what ours was. I was on a chorus tour, but for some reason I know what we paid. But we were in the same hotel, I don't remember what it was, in Athens, that B.B. King, the great blues guitar player, was playing. And I was on an elevator with him. I didn't, say hi to him, but I knew who he was. And then many years later, I finally saw him perform here at the Center of the Arts, Connexus Arts Center. But again, that must have, well, first of all, he's dead and has been for quite some time. But even then, our daughter was very like a toddler, so it must have been about 18 years ago. that I saw him perform here. Didn't get a chance to go up to him and say, hey, remember sharing that elevator with me in Athens? Greece was cool. We weren't there very long, but it was cool. And then we took a boat to... Oh no, we took a boat from Italy to Greece. That's how that worked. Took a ferry overnight. I don't know if you call that a ferry or not, but I got the worst sunburn in my life standing up on the deck of that boat because the air was cool. It didn't feel like I was getting burned. When I got home, I peeled for 2 or 3 days. My worst sunburn, courtesy of the Mediterranean. Not too surprising, I guess. When you're from a northern country, it's easy to not understand the power of the sun further south, and if you're not used to being on the water, that tends to amplify it. Okay, almost home here. I'll stop here. So thanks for walking with me. I'm probably back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure I am. So I'll talk to you then. Bye for now.